he's always got some crazy acronyms with all these different words and letters.
What's a specific one you can think of that's fun?
One called Siren is spelled Ciren.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's intelligent recklessness, execution, and some other stuff I can't say on the podcast. But you get the vibe.
We're good there.
If I wasn't playing football, I'd be either a fishing guide or a hunting guide.
Love it.
I was supposed to work out as a linebacker.
Okay.
And, Coach White was like, nah, too small, go to DB. And I think it was Kwame at the time, a little recruiting guy came up. I had never done a DB drill in my life.
You're kidding.
Nope. I went out there. I guess I did pretty good. Got offered.
Yeah, I'd say you did okay. Y'all got a new coach last week. How's that been so far?
I think he kind of brings some swag to the room. He's I think he's Pro Bowler, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's big time.
Real successful NFL
Absolutely.
career. Welcome back, everyone, to Jimmy and Joe's with 1801 Media. As always, I'm your host, Jimmy Francis, and today we're joined by David Bucey. David, thanks for being here.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's take a look into spring ball. We're into, I guess, the end of week 2 now. Last practice is tomorrow. How's everything been going? Feeling it out? Everybody doing well?
I think it's going well. New offensive coordinator. I think they're throwing some new stuff at us, giving us some good work. So a lot of competition. It's fun.
Has there been anything? I noticed yesterday y'all were doing some new stuff that I guess E-Man did with the Seahawks that's in vogue now that y'all are trying out.
Yeah. Got some new concepts, stuff
a
we're
couple
trying
more
out.
wrinkles that we can look forward to in the fall.
Putting our feet in the water, see what we can figure out.
Yeah, there was one yesterday. I'm not going to get too into the details on it, but
yeah, we don't want to give it away.
I was rather impressed by it. I'm trying to figure out the tell. All right, so we'll look at you growing up. Where are you from? What was finding football like for you, and kind of when did you figure out that this is something that you wanted to do and do in college going forward?
So I was born in Savannah, Georgia. Both my parents are from up north. They moved down to Savannah for work. They met there in a gym. My dad played college ball, so the football.
Where did he play at?
He played at Syracuse. He played linebacker.
Okay.
He actually played against Wheezy, George Wynn.
Yeah.
I think it was Rose Bowl. Georgia versus Syracuse. Yeah.
So that tells a lot about your linebacker heritage.
Exactly. Yep. So football. My dad was who I looked up to.
Yeah.
That's why I played football. I played football, baseball, did a little bit of lacrosse later in high school. But really looking up to him was the main reason. I knew I wanted to play football all my life.
Yeah, so just seeing him, thought this is the coolest thing ever.
Absolutely.
I've got to be a part of that too.
Yep.
That's awesome. You wouldn't bring a folding chair into the SEC trenches on a Saturday night in Columbia. That's not protection. That's decoration. In South Carolina, we know the difference between showing up and being ready. Whether it's under the lights at Williams-Brice or when the whole crowd's shaking. There's a reason you don't trust lightweight gear in a heavyweight moment. That's like letting the other team keep scoring. Technically possible, but probably not in your favor. When you're injured because of someone else's negligence, the stakes are real. Medical bills stack up, work gets missed, stress builds fast. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm, and they've been fighting for the people for over 35 years. With more than $30 billion recovered for clients and over 1,000 lawyers across 100 offices nationwide, they have the size and experience to go toe-to-toe when it matters most. Hiring Morgan & Morgan is like running out of the tunnel in front of 80,000 strong. It's built for big moments. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. The fee is free unless you win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/JimandJoes. Not all law firms are the same. This is a paid advertisement. So if you weren't playing football, this might be an obvious one for you, but if you weren't playing football, what would you be getting up to?
If I wasn't playing football, I'd be either a fishing guide or a hunting guide.
Love it.
Yep.
So hobbies outside of football, kind of gave it away there, but what does the David activity look like when you're not in the facility or in class?
When I'm not in the facility or class, I'm somewhere outdoors, friends or family, hunting, fishing, just anything outside really.
Where do you fish most in Columbia?
In Columbia, Broad River, Congaree, a little bit of neighborhood lakes, Lake Catherine, Forest Lake, stuff like that.
Yeah. Where's the coolest place that you fished outside?
Outside of Columbia?
Yeah.
Probably the Bahamas.
Where were you going after there?
Big old marlin, some dolphin, tuna. You know, you take 20 yards off the beach and you're in 1,000 feet of water.
Right. It drops off pretty quick.
Yeah.
Would you say you're more of a saltwater guy than freshwater?
I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
With hunting, where do you hunt in Columbia?
Coach Beamer's got me hooked up with some good people.
Nice.
Yeah, some secret spots.
It's good. It's a good guy to know.
Yep.
Have you hunted elsewhere besides at home and here?
My uncle lives in Ohio. I really haven't traveled much for hunting. I've been to Texas, Mexico. So I guess you could say a little bit.
Yeah. Where in Texas were you?
Falfurrias, I believe.
Is that South Texas more?
That's real south. Mm-hmm.
Like getting close to Brownsville near the border and whatnot.
You'd know about that.
Awesome. So let's look at recruiting. You had offers. You had been real successful in high school. Why South Carolina, and kind of what brought you to throw on the Garnet and Black?
I wouldn't say I was crazy successful with recruiting. It was kind of slow for me. My high school had some pretty good recruits, and they really, I'd say, helped me a lot. Mm-hmm. They brought attention to the school.
Gotcha.
It didn't really start rolling until my junior year, spring of junior year. I went with my buddy to an A&M game. I think it was 22.
Okay.
Xavier Leggett took that first one back to the house.
That was a nice town setter. Yeah.
So that was like my first real college game, and I went there. I was like, all right, this place is crazy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So Jody Wright was actually recruiting me. He's a funny guy if you do know him.
Was he the tight ends coach at the time?
Yeah, he was awesome. He's not here anymore, obviously, but just growing the relationship, Coach Beamer, all the staff members were just, just feels like home, like everybody says.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was, I guess, first impressions do matter in that regard.
Absolutely.
Saw that.
Yeah.
There was no looking back from there.
For sure.
What's it been like getting to play for Carolina and really expanding in your role?
It's been awesome, really, just being able to grow. I feel like I've taken a step each year.
For sure.
Weight room, on the field, off the field, classroom, just a good growing experience.
Yeah. Do you feel like there have been people outside of Tigray that have kind of helped foster that growth, whether it's other players or strength staff, whoever it may be?
I mean, really everybody here. Yeah. You can take something from everybody. Teammates, strength coaches, even like GAs and stuff like that. Yeah. There's always something to learn.
Yeah, no, I think that's really neat here is just everybody is really knowledgeable about it. Mm-hmm. And if you pay attention to the details and seek out learning, it's there for you.
There's a lot of resources here for sure.
No doubt. What would you say the vibe is kind of in the DB room, and whether it be with bringing in transfers, new guys, adjusting to Tigray, getting y'all got a new coach the other week. How's that been so far?
I think the biggest vibe is just being as strong as our weakest guy and bringing everybody up.
Cool.
We're only as good as everybody is. Yeah. So the last guy in line, we got to bring him up, make him better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So talk me through. Y'all got a new coach last week. Who is that? Give a little background on him.
Dre Bly.
Yeah, and then how's that been so far?
I think he kind of brings some swag to the room. I think he's Pro Bowler, Super Bowl.
Yeah,
he's big time.
Real successful NFL career. I didn't realize it, and then looked it up.
So he kind of brings some swag and definitely a lot of knowledge.
Yeah,
a lot of experience.
And then y'all's other new acquisition, Benedict Arnold himself, Luke Doty.
Yeah, it's kind of
coming
ironic.
over from the light side to the dark side of the field.
Absolutely, yeah. It's funny watching him be a huge offensive guy, and then all of a sudden just like that.
Yeah, it's so weird for me looking over. We'll be in a team period. I'm like, where's Luke? He's got a headset on with the DBs.
It's crazy.
Gosh, they got
it.
Sure. So looking at kind of Tigray's mind right now, what's he trying to focus on in spring ball? Whether it's just strictly install, or is it more, make sure the freshmen have fundamentals and y'all aren't getting rusty? What's his focus, you'd say?
He's really not like a big picture guy. He's really honed in on the details. Okay. So whether it be footwork, knowing the situation, details is the biggest thing. And he's always got some crazy acronyms with all these different words and letters.
What's a specific one you can think of that's fun?
He's got one called Siren. It's spelled CIREN.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's intelligent recklessness, execution, and some other stuff I can't say on the podcast. But
Night games at Williams-Brice, an atmosphere like no other. What's a fond memory you have from being in there so far?
Fun memory? Even though we lost 2 years ago playing LSU, going in that environment and seeing how hostile it is and the noise in that place. I mean, really all the games, Missouri, A&M when we whooped them at home.
Yeah,
it's just the intensity and the hostile environment. It's crazy.
Right. I mean, when they say it just means more, it does.
It is.
And it's
a whole different level.
Anybody can beat anybody. Amazing environments. Nothing like it.
Yep.
So looking at pre-game, what's kind of a routine that you have or you like to keep, whether it's the music you listen to, what you do in your stretch? What does pre-game look like for you?
I'm really not a really superstitious guy. I don't have any routines really. I mean, listen to some rock, country, rap, whatever it is I'm feeling that day. I'm kind of just go with the flow.
Awesome.
Yep.
What would you say outside of Williams-Brice has been the coolest stadium you've played at?
Coolest stadium? I think Alabama for sure.
Okay.
Either Alabama or LSU. LSU was not as loud as I thought it would be, but
Really?
that stadium goes straight up.
Yeah, it was weird how vertical it was.
Yeah.
I was looking at pictures of it, and like the one side of it's kind of like cut off, or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. I think you had a kind of cool moment in that Bama game.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. My
That's
girlfriend went there that year too, so that was pretty cool.
That forced fumble was personal.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so let's look into the DB room a little bit. Who would you say is the funniest guy in the room?
Funniest guy? Got to be Jaquel Holman.
Jaquel.
Yep.
Who talks the most trash?
The most trash. Are we saying like playing around trash or like real trash?
Just go playing around.
I'll say DeMarcus Leach.
Yeah, Nez got something to him.
Yeah.
Who'd you say is the best in the run game?
Best in the run game. Safety wise or just any DB?
Let's go safeties.
Safeties? I don't know. I feel like I'm a really good tackler.
Yeah.
Me or P. Will. I feel like.
You get in the box, cause some damage.
Yeah. For sure.
Who's the best cover guy?
Best cover guy? Probably Vakar.
V. Yeah. He's scary. I still don't know how to judge it.
He's an
'cause
athlete,
it's
for sure.
I'll think he's beat, and then he's just not, and he still makes
Catch
the
up
play.
speed. He's got all of it.
He can recover so well. He disguises well,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously is incredibly gifted as an athlete.
That
which
vertical,
helps.
too. He can jump.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's a guy in the room that's the most underrated that you're excited about seeing going towards fall camp and that sort of deal?
Underrated?
Hey, we're getting Burge back hopefully soon.
Burger, I like Burger's. He's awesome.
I mean, he was doing so well last year when that happened.
I was rooting for him for sure. I always am.
Yeah, I'm excited for
another
that.
guy that's taking a step, Cedric Cisse.
Yeah, dude, Sed had a great pick yesterday. I mean, he's come along a lot.
And I mean, I think he's got the most out of anybody right now.
He might. Yeah. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
For film sessions, what does that look like? Whether y'all are on Zoom or in the meeting room, how does he set that up?
I promise you, the DBs meet more than any position.
Oh,
group.
I know.
Absolutely.
We might have had y'all last year with Mr. Michael, but because we'd go in early in the mornings and then he'd bring us back at like 5, and we weren't getting out till like 8.
We had Zoom at least 3 times a week. So
Jeez.
safeties would be 6:30, corner 7:30, nickels 8:30. So it's like an hour apiece. Coach Gray, and big on the details, so he goes through every position on every play.
Yeah, and
so
he's asking.
He'll be
like,
pointing with the laser, all that kind of stuff.
What's the coverage here, and what's your job on this? Like
he'll go through. He'll make us as a group say the calls, and then if somebody messes up, he just he'll correct it and make sure the whole group knows.
Is he kind with the corrections, or?
No, not at all.
Good.
Yeah.
So T Gray there. What's the experience been playing under T Gray? Obviously super successful, has produced so much, but then he's kind of crazy in the best way possible. So how's it managing that?
The crazy part is just a plus. I mean, it can seem like it's personal or not, but he just wants the best for you.
Right.
And then like tying it to the game, you can see how every little, wherever the running back's at, formations, everything's tied together. So he really breaks it down for us and helps us understand the game.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do a red zone rapid fire segment. Are you ready for that? So it'll be short answers, yes, no, this or that. So dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Would you rather play man or zone coverage?
Zone.
Which zone?
Which zone? I say cover 3, be underneath, like being in the flat.
Roll down there, play flat, play box, love it.
Play the run, yep.
Yeah. Would you rather a big hit or a PVU?
Big hit.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you rather an interception or a forced/recovered fumble?
Interception.
Awesome. Night game or noon kickoff?
People might hate me for this noon kickoff.
Explain that.
You win a game, you get to go relax and have fun after.
Well, because with night games, obviously the game itself is
and
awesome.
The anticipation is the suspense.
Yeah, because you just have to wait all day. You watch other games. You're meeting in the hotel. You're just kind of sitting there like, all right, come on.
Yeah, it's like a whole day of sitting around. You get tired
because you still wake up at the same time because you have to get meals in and stretch at the right time and everything. Yeah, now that's definitely a disadvantage to it. What would you say your favorite cereal is?
Favorite cereal? Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran. That's a great poll. My mom likes that. Favorite food?
Favorite food? Crawfish.
Okay.
Yep.
Do any crawfish broils recently?
I did one last year about this time. Actually, oysters might be my favorite.
Take that back. See, I just can't bring myself to do it.
Steamed oysters.
I've eaten the mussels as a joke before.
Those are good too. All that stuff's great.
Okay. Might have to tap in.
Yep.
Favorite candy?
Favorite candy? I used to really get some Three Musketeers back in the day.
Okay.
Yep.
Not much on that anymore?
I don't really do candy anymore.
Okay. So what, no more candy. You like the seafood. What are your go-to proteins?
Go-to proteins. I'm a hunter, so a lot of wild game.
You get a lot of venison?
A lot of venison. I'm stocked up.
Okay. So you'll harvest stuff and then eat it and everything?
Yep.
What's your go-to there?
Backstrap, wrap it in some bacon.
Nice.
Yep.
Listen up, athletes. Think vaping is harmless? Think again. Vaping nicotine cuts your oxygen delivery, lowers endurance, and hurts performance. Athletes who vape run slower, do fewer reps, and get tired faster. Vaping nicotine also weakens muscle repair, decreases stamina, and strains your heart. And did you know that nicotine changes how the brain works, messing with attention, learning, and mood, which is important both on and off the field? The bottom line is that no amount of nicotine is safe. Break free from vaping. Visit livevapefree.com for free quit support. Young adults ages 18 to 26 might even qualify for free over-the-counter products like nicotine patches and gum. Text VAPE-FREE to 873373 to learn more. You can also team up with coaches at the South Carolina Tobacco Quit Line. Visit quitnowsc.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or text READY to 34191 for free 24/7 coaching and personalized quit plans. You might even be able to get free nicotine gum and patches too. You train hard. Don't let nicotine sideline you. Bring your A game both mentally and physically. Visit livevapefree.com or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW today. Brought to you by the South Carolina Tobacco Quit Line. What would you say some goals for yourself are that you have going forward, either right now in spring ball or as we move towards the season?
Being a more vocal leader.
Okay.
Like per usual. Stepping up when I need to, when something needs to be said.
Yeah.
Bringing guys along, and then just working on my craft, man coverage, zone coverage, all that stuff. Just slowing the game down.
Yeah.
And understanding it even more.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've definitely noticed you taking a step and not – obviously you've done everything right as an individual the whole time you've been here, but then doing what you need to do and then bringing others along as well as you become you'll be a junior this year, so clock's ticking.
It is.
So
it goes
no
by
better
quick.
time than the present. Yeah. Awesome. What's a cool hunting story that you have? I know you mentioned you hunt quite a good bit. Obviously – we sat one time and saw a whole lot of nothing, but what's something fun?
Well, we saw a little spike, but we didn't want to shoot that one.
Yeah, we'll let him grow up a bit.
A lot of guys on the team asked to go hunting, so
okay.
What do you know? One day, Vicari and DeMarcus asked to go, so I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
I know Vicari's been hunting before. He sent me videos and stuff, so I put him by himself.
Okay.
And me and Leach sat about 500 yards down the road from him.
Okay.
And it was getting about prime time, and I was like, all right, something's about to step out. And like 600 yards away, a little deer comes running out of the plot. I was like, all right, something's chasing it.
Yeah.
Prime time rut. And some pigs come out. Big old black boar, a bunch of little piglets and stuff.
So what are y'all shooting up there? You and Leach both got something?
Nah, just Leach. I was just going to let him shoot.
Okay.
And
what'd you have him with?
6.5 PRC.
Okay.
Yeah. A little long range gun.
Yeah.
But so he gets set up on it. I'm getting the range right. It was like 220, something like that.
Okay. It's not an easy shot.
Yeah. I put the dial up for him. Yeah. And I was like, all right. I've been telling him the whole night. Just
is it zeroed at that distance, or
I've got a little turret on the top.
Okay.
So I can just change it.
Okay.
I've been telling him like the whole time. So when you see something, just squeeze it off. It's gonna hit where you want.
Right.
And I mean, he puts it on there, and I'm looking through the binoculars, and he shoots, and I was like, I think you hit it. There's dirt just went up everywhere.
Yeah.
We went out there and looked, and there was nothing. He was mad.
What do you think happened? You think he pulled it or something, or?
Yeah, I mean, when you don't get practice,
you don't. Yeah. Because it's such a small margin of error at that distance, especially like the slightest twitch or anything, you'll miss completely.
Yeah.
So what was your timeline? You mentioned Jody Wright was kind of who you were working with in recruiting. What did that look like for you? You come on your visit, fall in love with it, then go from there.
So I went to that game in 2022. I think that was the beginning of junior year, maybe sophomore year.
Yeah, junior year.
Junior year. Yeah. So I got some smaller school offers, some Max, Sun Belt, stuff like that.
App Iowa State.
Yeah, all that good stuff. And then finally I got first Power 4 was West Virginia.
Okay.
Or Power 5, whatever it is.
I guess it was 5 then. 4
yeah,
now.
it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I got Iowa State. That was a good one. And then...
You didn't want to go to Ames?
No, I would like to see Tulane. I had Tulane too.
Okay.
I wanted to go see New Orleans.
Yeah, I think Dante had looked at that a little bit in the portal.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that was high on his board.
But it's all worked out now. But so I went to a camp. It was like the Beamer camps.
Mm-hmm.
And I was supposed to work out as a linebacker.
Okay.
And like Coach White was like, nah, too small, go to DB. And I think it was Kwame at the time, a little recruiting guy, came up to me and said, you're going to work out with DBs today. So I had never done a DB drill in my life.
You're kidding?
Nope. I
mean, you just played linebacker and tight end up to that point?
Yep. Linebacker, receiver.
Okay.
Same thing, but never had done a DB drill, and I went out there. I guess I did pretty good. I got, I think it was like a couple days later, a week later, got offered.
Yeah, I'd say you did okay.
Yeah, had a 7-on-7, the high school 7-on-7 camps.
Yeah.
At South Carolina. Played good in those. My official visit was that weekend of the 7v7.
Okay.
I think we were playing like Family Feud or something with Wheezy.
Uh-huh.
And so it was like, somebody here will be committing to South Carolina. And I pressed the buzzer. I said it was me. So that's how I committed.
Story.
Yeah.
That's
so I had a good OV weekend.
It's got some aura to it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Coach Gray, obviously, he's been in this business a long time. What are some, whether it's individual drills or stuff y'all do in practice that you feel like really helps elevate y'all's game?
He does a lot with the corners that are on a deeper level. We don't really do individual drills with him, but
so who do you work with specifically when it's Indy?
I'm with Tanner and Luke. But I will say for the corners, reading the quarterback, you'd be surprised on how much you can do.
Really?
Just by reading the drop of the quarterback. So
just like playing in a half turn, and then when they hit that back step,
quick,
knowing that's
quick
when
game,
you break.
3-step, play action, all that stuff. It can really tell you what's going on. You get a play action pass, you're not going to get a quick route.
Right. So you can
play off a little it's going to be a deep route. Yeah.
So do you feel like what are some things or some tells that you look for, whether it's, hey, okay, this the down and distance, probably going to be a 5-step drop here. I've got some more time. Like, what do you think about?
As a safety, I'd say the splits. The splits are the main thing.
Whether it's 3x1, 2x2, condensed.
Yeah, tight splits.
Yeah.
It can give away a lot of stuff.
So we talked about some hunting a little bit. We'll get into your super forte. Let's go into the fishing world. What kind of fishing do you like to do, and then what's your favorite moment from your angler career thus far?
I do a lot of saltwater.
Okay.
But I do both. Saltwater, I grew up in Savannah, so it's right on the river.
Yeah.
Redfish, trout, flounder, all that stuff. Been doing it all my life. So my dad has taught me fishing, hunting, football, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Favorite moment, I just got back from the Everglades on spring break.
Oh, cool.
So like 2 weeks ago. That place is crazy.
Snakes?
Yeah. I did not see any snakes. Saw crocodile though.
Okay.
But you'd be surprised. That place is definitely quiet. There's no airplanes, no cars.
Really?
Barely any boats. It's just the nature.
Shocking.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're able to keep that up even now.
Yeah. It's prehistoric for sure.
Yeah.
So we went there 2 years ago. I went with a guide. This time we went by ourselves.
Yeah.
So kind of like living off the land a little bit. Driving like 2 hours every morning. Little motel.
That's so cool.
Going out fishing in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But we were going after tarpon down there.
Okay.
Those
is that on a fly rod or?
Yeah, fly rod. Those creatures have been around for years.
Yeah, they look like
millions. Yeah, it literally is. It looks like Jurassic Park out there.
Yeah.
And we caught a big one there. I caught a big one. That was probably...
How big was it, would you say?
I'd say pushing 200 pounds.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So being in Savannah, like you mentioned, ton of opportunity around there for outdoor sports with hunting and fishing. Was that something that, you said your dad got you into it, but did you fall in love with that immediately or kind of drug along for a little bit and then figured out, hey, I actually kind of like this?
Nah, I fell in love with it immediately. My brother, on the other hand, did not. So he's kind of opposite of
Willie
me.
Bucey's not.
He's not a hunter. He was for a little bit, but you'd have to drag him out of bed.
Yeah.
But me,
those morning hunts aren't easy.
Yeah, I mean, I could barely sleep, and sometimes I still can't.
Yeah,
just the anticipation.
Yeah,
of going fishing, and it's
that's
like
how my dad is. Yeah,
you can relate that to a game too. Sometimes you can't sleep for sure. But my dad brought me up. I didn't have to be told to get up. I was up.
You were there. You were ready to
for
go.
sure. So we grew up. We go to the beach as a family. I'd be out there fishing. We'd bring home food. We'd catch the fish, eat it.
Yeah.
There's something about catching fish and eating it and putting food on the table for the family for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a sense of responsibility and manliness
for sure.
Yeah. So looking around Columbia, what are some things you like to do outside of hunting and fishing, whether it's places to eat, activities, whatever it may be?
There's always some good food. Besides fishing, I like to go to the river and just ride around on the boat.
Yeah. No, that was super fun when we did that last year.
We did it a couple times. But other than that, I mean, class, ball, outdoors.
And then
it's not much.
When enough people like
message
and family dinner,
family, girlfriend come in town, hang out with them.
Nice. David, thanks for being here. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Huge thanks to all y'all for tuning in. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. And as always, it's not about the X's and O's. It's about the Jimmy and Joes. We'll see y'all next week.